Mars in Capricorn. A totally different psychology than the Mars in Capricorn woman. Not that much different, but different nonetheless. Let's get right to it. For when we're dealing with Capricorn, it's no laughing matter. I don't know what's worse. Hold on. I just don't know what's worse. The Capricorn man or the Capricorn woman. The experiences that they go through, not about them as individuals. No, I'm talking about the experiences that they go through. Men born with Mars in Capricorn are channeled in the, or they channel all of their energies and all of their resources into the career and professional ambition. They can start out small but end up in very high positions. Think of Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey. You know Steve Harvey. Remember he had that comedy show with Cedric, who now is the Soul Man, along with Nisi. Well, if you remember, I forgot what the name of the show was, where Steve Harvey played, I think, a teacher, along with Cedric, and Mrs. McIntyre or Hot Tire was the principal. Then the lovely, sexy black woman who was the principal. I forgot the name of the show. Well, I think Steve Harvey had done other stuff before, but I know him from that show. And I have seen the career of Steve Harvey blossom. Well, he got the Steve Harvey show. He's got books. He's got a radio show. He runs Family Feud. The man started in a humble beginnings, and now he has reached the highest of positions in Hollywood. That's the epitome and the driving ambition of Mars in Capricorn when we're dealing with the human male. They can start out small, but end up in very high positions. Mars in Capricorn gives a methodical nature, along with plenty of perseverance and endurance. If you want to succeed, you have to have two things on your side: perseverance and endurance. Otherwise, you will not win. Mars in Capricorn with the human male. Now, this placement can offset the scattered energies that lack of follow through of planets' immutable signs can cause. Um, because I need to define here what cardinal means. And I have defined what cardinal means in many ways, but I don't think I have done justice to the term of cardinality when it comes to the signs of the zodiac and the triads. Cardinal means that you are able to be both mutable or fixed at the same time, or oscillate from one to the other. And if you don't oscillate from one or the other, you become active. Active in achieving your goals. This is Mars in Capricorn as it pertains to the human male. The man with Mars in Capricorn is a workaholic, has workaholic tendencies, along with a talent for business. Don't get it twisted. The Mars in Capricorn man has a talent, a tremendous, remarkable talent for business. Yeah, he does. He does. Much effort can be put into obtaining a position of status. And if we're dealing with a Capricorn sun or with Mars in Capricorn, the point of exaltation for Mars, then success, prosperity, and even a certain degree of fame is quite possible with this combination. Like Mars in Taurus, these people are focused on material and financial gain. They are efficient, practical, responsible, self disciplined, and reliable. Like Mars and Virgo, they have very little patience with those who are shiftless and lazy. They can be cold, calculating, usurious. And the word usurious means a user. Capricorn is a sign of the user. They'll use people. And then do this after they use you. And dispose of you. Capricorns, Mars and Capricorn in particular, like to dispose of people. Use them and then dispose of them. Especially the male with Mars in Capricorn. These men with Mars in Capricorn can be extremely selfish if the energies and placements of some of the configurations in the birth chart are not sufficiently supplemented. Now, what do I mean by supplemented? It means that, in a birth chart, there's good and bad. Some charts are more balanced than others. So it really depends on the amount of planetary placements and aspects to Mars, to Capricorn, and Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, and Aries, the ruler which Mars rules, the sign which Mars rules. There's a lot of mathematical configurations, and we have to throw in the midpoint, and an entire astroanalytical inquiry of the birth chart, because this is one of those positions where we have to look at the birth chart on a case by case basis. But the basic premise behind all cases, no matter how far fetched they may be from the model or how close they might be to the definition of the archetype, is that there's still going to be nuances and variances to the expression of Mars in Capricorn with each particular man. There'll be different modalities, but the common denominator will always be the same: acquisition of wealth, power, influence, and prestige. Because it's not just about the money, it's also what the money confers: power, authority, and absolute mastery over the element of earth. Mars in Capricorn, as it pertains to the human male. The personality and the ego is very controlled. Pleasures and desires. Nuh-uh. Uh-uh. Not that Capricorn doesn't have a happy side or a cheerful side. Or, of course Capricorn does. Like Cancer. Cancer men. But you gotta work first and play later. Men with Mars in Capricorn play hard, but only because they work hard. They work hard and they play hard. Mars in Capricorn, as it pertains to the human male. Let me tell you, much effort can be obtained in this position of Mars in Capricorn. And you have to understand that, how can I put this? With Mars in Capricorn, as a man and as a woman, you might be prone to having problems with your bones, your joints, your skin, and your teeth. If you have problems with your teeth, with your skin, or your bones, or the cartilage of the bones, ligaments and tendons, then the energy of Mars is unbalanced. So watch out for tooth problems, bone fractures, and things like that, accidents, problems with your ligaments and the tendons. Tendonitis is very common. Corpuscle tendonitis, where you cannot use your fingers and they stiff and you have to have surgery because you don't rest because you're always working. Okay, arthritis, osteoporosis, multiple sclerosis. All of these are Capricorn diseases. Mars, in particular, in Capricorn diseases. So if you find yourself having these diseases, there's something wrong in the balance of your nature when you have Mars in Capricorn. So then, men born with Mars in Capricorn are not to be trifled with. They may often seem like the devil's incarnate. Men with Mars in Capricorn can be very evil, very ruthless. I'm gonna tell you a story. Down the street from me lives a millionaire. There are a lot of millionaires that live on my block, me and my partner included. And I did an event in my community, and I asked him for money. He promised me the money, and he's been promising me the money for months, but he never wrote me a check. And had I depended on his money, my event would have failed. He never delivered. He was cruel and mean, but smiled in my face and was nice and sweet. And he had no reason to deny me, since we're all millionaires living on the same block. But I found out later that he wanted me to fail because my event was better than his. And he did not want me to succeed because in his eyes, I didn't qualify to beat him. So he promised me tons of money to help my organization for a project I was doing with the theater at the community, and then did not give me the money. He wanted to see me fail. so he can come in and rescue the situation. But I come from a Capricorn father who taught me better. I am my father's son. When I saw him coming, he apologized and I forgave him. But he understood then that I understand how this game works. Capricorn always wants to be on top, and anything and everything is expandable to their ambition. Be careful when you encounter a man with Mars in Capricorn. Another thing with Mars in Capricorn, men, is that they can be very lusty and lust driven. They can be whores, worse than the Pisces man. And the more money they have and the more the prospect of success, the more horny they become and the more sadistic they become. Think of R. Kelly. You know R. Kelly, a Capricorn, and he has Mars in Capricorn. Do I have to go into details about R. Kelly? No, right? Because you don't know. Mars in Capricorn. Very lusty, cynical, greedy, and depraved. They are very connected to the earth. This means that they are usually comfortable in whatever they do. They don't have a conventional view of morality. That's what makes them the devil. Because they care nothing about morality. Mars in Capricorn as it pertains to the human male. Very dangerous men. Be careful with them. Because you are waging a dance with the devil. Believe me. They don't. They do what they want. What feels good. Think about Kelly fucking these young girls. It must feel good to have your dick sucked by a 10-year-old, 13-year-old, and maybe break her jaw with your big dick and come all down her throat. I'm not saying that that's what the this man did, but we all know the allegations. Allegedly. Oh please. When I was doing pornography myself, I've met many Capricorns that were having sex with men that were 10, 11, 13, 14. Having sex, it's a kinky shit. These Capricorn men or Capricorn, Mars and Capricorn men, I'm not saying all of them, but I encountered a lot of them that will have sex with young boys and young girls and be pedophiles. Some kinky shit. They have very unusual and savory as well as unsavory tastes for sexual expressions that may border on sadism, shitting on you, pissing on you, burning you with candles and all that kind of shit. I know because I've done it myself. I know. I know what I'm talking about. Mars in Capricorn. Very kinky, very sadistic. And the more money you got, the more sadistic and more sexually perverted you can be. That explains R. Kelly. Allegedly. Right? Allegedly. So, understand that with Mars in Capricorn, there's a lot going on here. They are not ashamed of any desires. They'll fuck men, fuck women, fuck children, fuck animals. If morality is really allowed to run amok. With Mars in Capricorn, their materialistic pursuits get an adrenaline boost. They are as ambitious as possible. They can be very horny and obsessed with wealth and power and sex. They may indulge in liquor, hard drugs, sex, food, gambling, whatever. They will stop at nothing to make an extra penny. They may indulge in extravagant excesses and luxuries. They may not feel comfortable unless they have one or more diamond in the riches than the richest guy they know. If they got 10 diamonds and you got 20, they'll get 30 diamonds. Sex, money, drugs. It's an addictive demon that knows no. It's insatiable. The more they have, the more they want. The more they do immoral, heinous acts against morality and against humanity, the more of a boner they get. Oh my God, it's not the devil for no reason. Mars in Capricorn, the sign of the devil. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go for a bathroom break. So grab a snack, like Wendy Williams says, and come on back. Let's continue. With Mars in Capricorn, there is an obsession with wealth and power. Okay? Obsession with power. Ironically, though, enough, they may also have a commitment to an organic lifestyle and be very concerned about nature and the environment. This is the earth element of Capricorn. They may be great at farming, cooking, taking care of animals. They often have a very realistic respect for women and value their natural femininity that can be both good and bad. They are full of moral gray areas, though. It depends on the psychological upbringing and all other things being equal. It really depends on the backdrop of what created them as gentlemen or as monsters guised as gentlemen. Mars in Capricorn. Okay? Men born with Mars in Capricorn usually have they have they have good bodies. They got good bodies. They may have big salons or big thick salons. It's Earth. It's Earth like Virgo and Taurus, the bull or the horseman. Earth, sensuality. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. These are the earth signs of sensuality. Mars in Capricorn. Oh, okay. I gotta do a little. I'm not supposed to. I gotta be because Capricorn the devil. But you know, the drink gets me, and I gotta be Virgo, the Leo in me. But I relate because I'm also very sensual, and that's very Virgo, very Capricorn, Taurus. We're Earth, and Earth is sensual. But out of all of the elements of fire, water, air, and earth, Earth is the most sensual and the most demonic of the four elements. Okay? So that's a lot. That's a lot concerning Capricorn. And I'm over 1 minute and 4 seconds. We're done with part two.